Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a little bit of a different video here. I have a Harbor Freight motorcycle lift table and I am doing away with the garbage motorcycle wheel vise. I bought this one on Amazon. I think it was about $171. Harbor Freight does make one, but there's none in the stores at all, or else I would have tried that one out. It's only $90 and it looks like it's a decent quality. But we're doing away with the trash here, and then we're putting this one in. This one seems to be decent quality. The metal seems to be thick. It came with all the bolts and hardware needed, but it came with no instructions, so I will figure it out as I go along. And it also has the adjustable part for the vise. I figured since I have so many projects going on, an upgraded vise would be a good thing to have. This one from Harbor Freight that came with a vise is kind of more of a suggestion than a wheel vise. So come check it out with me. Alright, so as I get into this, there's two very different sized bolts here. I think these smaller ones secure the vise into here, and then all the other ones are to secure it to the table. So now what I have to do is mark everything with a marker, put it where I want to, line it up with a marker, and then drill the holes. It looks like this piece right here is the wheel stop. Looks like I should be able to drill a hole and put it right there on the end of the lift, just like that, and that'll keep the motorcycle from going over the edge. So that's what I'll do now. I'll line up everything how I would like it, and then go ahead and mark the holes with my marker here, and then go and start drilling the holes, and then I can bolt everything down. So it's a fairly easy installation, but there's no instructions. But honestly, anybody that's working on a motorcycle should be able to figure this out without any instructions. Alright, as you can see, I've separated all my hardware here, and I see what I have. So I've got 12 of the large bolts, 12 lock washers, 12 nuts, 12 washers. I got 4 of the small bolts, nuts, washers, and lock washers. There's 12 large holes total to be bolted down to the lift, and then there's only these 4 holes over here. So I don't really know what these nuts are going to be for. I think they just might be extras. It's a kit that came from China, so maybe they just threw them in for extra. I'm not entirely sure, but I think these will be left over at the end. But I can probably use these lock washers and washers when I'm putting in on the other side over there. So this is fairly straightforward. Everything's kind of making sense to me, so I will go ahead and line everything up, mark them, and start drilling holes. Alright, so on this side for the stop, I measured the width of the table and marked the center right here. So I have this lined up with the center, and I put it on the sides here, and I marked the holes, and now I'll drill them out with a 3/8 size drill bit. Alright, as you can see, I drilled the holes here and here, 3/8 drill bit. I did have to round it out a little bit for the bolts to go through, but now they go through freely. So now I will put this into place. Alright, now we have this bolted on. It's actually very sturdy, so I'm pleased with that so far. The metal down here is actually fairly thick, so that helps that wheel stop be reinforced. Then next up, we got to put these into position. Okay, now I have this in place. I lined it up where I wanted. I actually used my Commando front wheel to make sure everything looked good. And I measured the same distance across here, so that way my holes will be lined up. And then I marked them with a marker in the inside. And now I'm going to mark them on this side as well, and then I can go ahead and drill and then bolt this down into position. So we're getting very, very far now. Alright, so now we have these holes drilled. We can clean off these metal shavings, and then bolt this piece into position right there. Alright, and we got the last one tightened down now, and this feels sturdy, so that is good. And then now we have to mount these two together and we will be done. Alright, this is all bolted down. Now I put this in position. I went ahead and bolted these two pieces together here. That way I can line up everything to how I need it. And I went ahead and turned this out quite a long ways, so that way this is going to be in position and I can make sure I have room to get a motorcycle tire in here. It's not all the way out, but it is close to being all the way out. And that way I can make sure this is in position, and then I have a lot of room to play here to open this up to fit all different size tires in here. I don't have it all the way out, but I do have it very, very close to being all the way out. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark these holes, drill them, bolt them in, and everything is done. Alright guys, as you can see, this is the finished product of it. So this is the wheel vise. It tightens up and holds your motorcycle securely in place. Well, definitely more secure than what was on here. It was an easy job, only took a few basic tools and drill and a drill bit, and I was done. It probably took me about 15 minutes to do this. So thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I've got videos coming with more motorcycles soon that will be on this table for sure. Thank you, and you have a great day.